Mr. Saifuddin, please explain what does it mean by casting terror into the hearts of the unbeliever. How is the process like? Question mark. One possibility is by physically causing harmful things, for example killing, onto some of them, so that now the remaining people will be afraid and terrified. Is there any other example? Question mark. If you say, well, we can threaten them non-physically, how does it work? Question mark. For example, during World War II, if the Japanese soldiers just keep on saying, I'll kill you, but they do not even kill even one soul after half a year, will this threat cause any terror in the prisoner's heart? For the threat to work, the act must at least be carried out. If the threat has been carried out physically, then the act of terror has been committed, correct? Question mark. So this is a question that was posed and commented on one of my video, and this is actually related to one verse in the Quran. And if you can understand the context of the question, because the verse saying something about casting the terror into the hearts of the unbelievers, and he is asking, how can you actually effectively causing terror in the heart if you do not actually act anything upon the threat, right? For example, we will kill you, there must be some killing happens for them to really believe that they will be killed, you know, and hence the heart will be terrified. So that's the context. What do you think about this? If you are a Muslim, what do you think about this question and how would you answer? And if you are non-Muslim, what do you think about this question? Have you heard this before? And have you seen the verse that is the basis of this question? Right, so let's take a look at the verse itself. So the verse in question is this. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم سنلقي في قلوب الذين كفروا الرعب بما أشركوا بالله ما لم ينزل به سلطانا ومأواهم النار وبئس مثوى الظالمين صدق الله العظيم. So we will cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve for what they have associated with Allah, of which He had not sent down any authority. And their refuge will be the fire, and wretched is the residence of the wrongdoers. Now, so the part that is in question is this. We will cast the terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve, right? And the question says, this threat or this effect of causing the terror in the heart, how would you achieve that if you do not actually act upon any terror act? Right, so one thing that I believe the one that asked the question missed out is that this is not a command for a Muslim to cause terror onto the hearts of anyone or disbelievers. It is not a command, it is not an instruction, it is not a guide for us, for Muslim, to cause terror in people's heart. Allah says what? Sanulki fi qulubil ladzina kafaru ru'b. So sanulki is what? Allah says, we, referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will cause this, right? It is not an instruction to the Muslim or the believers. It is affirmation, it is a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we will cause this. Yeah? Not to worry, we will cause this effect, right? So it has nothing to do with what the Muslim have to do, etc. Right? So I have two possibilities that I can think of why the one that commented asked this question. One, if he actually missed out the actual verse, where the actual verse says, we will cast in the heart of those who disbelieve terror. We, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whether the one that comment missed out on that one and misunderstood as if Muslim are the one that doing this, or this is instruction for Muslim to do as such. That's one possibility. Another possibility, which is less likely, I think, less likely, is that he actually think that for God to do any such thing, for God to actually cast terror into the hearts of the human being, requires, you know, some action from human being, from other human being, right? Hence, still he says that this is the second possibility, even though he understood that Allah is the one, God is the one that will be doing this, but it still require the Muslim to do something for that effect to take place, right? So for the first case, it's a misunderstanding of the verse. So hopefully he can go back to this verse and see that the verse is nothing about, you know, what human being should be doing to another human being, or Muslim should be doing to the non-Muslim, or believers should do anything to disbelievers. It's nothing like that. It's just about what God promised the believers, right? So if that is the misunderstanding, I think that's resolved. If it is the second possibility where he actually understood the verse properly, but he still think that for this effect to take place, it still imply the Muslim to do some act of terror. If that is the case, then I'm not sure how to address that, because you have to first justify that link or that implication, right? Meaning, why would you assume as such, right? There's nothing here. So if you link that connotation of God doing something, implies the believers have to do something to enable that. You have to establish that case first before I would entertain such assertion. That's all for this video. I thought because that comment was 2 days ago, I did reply the same thing that I have just said, but I just thought of sharing this with anyone who is interested. So thank you for watching. See you next time.